no matter how hard-hitting and painful that honesty is, I respect it. And thereby I respect the person who brings it to the table. That's non-negotiable. When you go past the idea of gender, कि एक औरत को ये करना चाहिए, एक आदमी को ये करना चाहिए, this is a nurturer, that's a provider, you know, when you take away that divide, we all have a masculine and feminine. 47th year is what it took for me to finally reach that moment of rebirth. It was a moment that actually defined the time to come. It brought back love in my life.
To some, she's a mother, to some, she's a beauty pageant winner, an actor, entrepreneur, philanthropist. But to me, when I say Sushmita Sen, she's an emotion. She changed my life the last time I met her, and I'm so thrilled to be talking to her super soon, that too during her birthday month. Happy birthday month!
Oh my God!
Hello, Sushmita
Isn't
Sen.
she just special? I have to remember this.
I love you so much, and you know it.
This is beautiful. No, but I love the way you speak and express yourself, my darling. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Lots
Birthday
of love.
month it is.
Birthday month it is. And hello, Ram. So nice to see you again. Off camera, on camera, we've been having conversations and we're twinning in black. But congratulations on season 3 of Aarya. I have to say I've been one of those lucky few who got the screener. So we've seen the show already.
Okay then.
And
No, we've had this thing about everyone's seen the show but me, but I watch it tonight with the audience.
oh, perfect. Yeah, so that's going to be great too. And I know this for a matter of fact, Sushmita, that when you did go back on set and when you were filming it,
Yes.
you were recovering from a health scare, or you'd almost recovered, and then you had
Yes.
these action scenes, which I have seen, which I'm not going to talk about and give spoilers here on ETimes. But, you know, last we spoke, we also chatted about the fact that strength and something about both of us being also in touch with our masculine sides a little bit more.
Absolutely, I remember that.
Brings that out, you know, even in our performances.
Yes.
Do you think that's where you got your strength to do all of that things that you've done in Aarya 3, which is yet for people to watch?
Yeah, I just think that when you go past the idea of gender, कि एक औरत को ये करना चाहिए, एक आदमी को ये करना चाहिए, this is a nurturer, that's a provider, you know, when you take away that divide, we all have a masculine and feminine quotient. And whatever life demands of that moment, we exercise that. Now, I have a director who has written, in Bengali, we call it Fata Fati. Like it's a character that...
and I have a feminine side.
Yeah, and he does. And he's in touch with that side. And so when he wrote it, he made it so simple for us to forget that Aarya is just a woman or Aarya is just a mother. Aarya has responsibility. There is karma and there is her dharma. And in exercising it, sometimes she's more in touch with the feminine side, sometimes more with the masculine side. And because we are so convinced about it, all of us, while filming it, nobody really treats Aarya just as a woman. Yeah. So we have succeeded in doing that. I think that has been magical about Aarya.
Yeah, I don't think that we want to, like, you know, like I was saying, I don't want to ride the feminist train, because this is really about a character who's put through whatever that life puts her through, and then she overcomes that, just like any of us would. Men, women, whatever, you know, sort of gender that you choose to be. It's all about just facing an obstacle and for a reason, and then paying the price for it.
Yes. Yes. Everything has consequences.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I believe this, and you may correct me if I'm wrong. I feel that when a particular character is written or when an actor is getting casted, a lot of it is left to the imagination of the one who's creating and curating that part. You know, in your case right now, when you did have Sushmita on board from season 1, 2, and now 3, I want to know that one striking thing about her that you knew is why Sushmita is your Aarya. Because I feel now, we've also read it online and everywhere, that earlier people would name their daughters Sushmita, now they're going ahead and naming them Aarya.
Aarya, yes.
So I want to know what about Sushmita is Aarya that you feel personally?
I think responsibility. This is a woman who is responsible for the actions that she takes. and she owns those actions. When she takes those
Beautifully
actions,
said.
she does it, and therefore when I see Sushmita as a human being, there is that responsibility that she has about what she puts out. And when she does what she does, she has that belief system, because it comes from that responsibility, and with that responsibility comes care, compassion, attitude, protection, but it comes from the core of being responsible. And that's responsibility, something that she takes as Sushmita Sen in the roles that she chooses, in the human being that she is, and that's what Aarya also chooses. So that's the one thing that I really like about her. It's something to learn. It's something to learn
Whoa,
from.
I know, right? Whoa, I couldn't have said it better. That's some serious in-depth
She's-
analysis.
She's not an irresponsible person. She's a responsible person on every front. Even after the health scare, she's responsible. She's back.
Yeah.
She wants to be back. That is responsibility beyond. That's not just me being selfish. This is me being responsible for everything. That's what she does.
You know, I also feel
Very
Sushmita
special.
spoils people. Like, after my interview with you, whoever I have met, I'm only comparing them with you.
Oh,
And
ouch.
I'm like, why am I putting this benchmark? Because as I said, for me, you're like an emotion, you're an energy, you're love, and that's how I genuinely feel about you. And you know, I have to say this to you, for somebody who's so giving, nurturing, compassionate, as you said, you know, always giving. If you're on the other side and if you're a receiver, what is your non-negotiable and negotiable?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. I truly am the only thing in my life, much like Aarya's, ironically, is I love honesty. That's non-negotiable. And I have this very astute radar that reads bullshit, and from a mile away. No matter how hard-hitting and painful that honesty is, I respect it. And thereby I respect the person who brings it to the table. That's non-negotiable. Everything else is a transient thing. It'll pass. But what is born of a relationship, a give and take, has to be honest. That has to be honest. So unlike Aarya, who I feel so sad sometimes when I'm reading the script also, कि आपके जो सबसे करीबी लोग हैं, वहाँ से लेके दूर दूर तक, everyone's betrayed her.
Yeah.
What a painful journey. I don't even know how you write something like that.
Well, it's not me. There is a whole group of them. There's Khushbu, there's Abhimanyu,
I know, but
there's Amit.
You're the
there is,
creator. You
there is
brought
Anu.
this. The team, of course, is a fantastic team. That goes without saying, because Aarya's actually had has written about betrayal and is actually one of the most loyal teams ever. You know, it's. I think your team's been with you, sir, for how many years?
They all have T-shirts which say "I survived Ram."
Yeah, I've
my,
seen it. I've seen it.
Sweet.
I've survived. Then we survived Aarya. Then it shifted to we survived Aarya.
You know, Sushmita, if I'm going to ask you just about the last year, because we're closer to your birthday.
Yes.
What's that one thing that you probably learned?
Yeah.
And what's the one thing that you will unlearn now going forward? Whether
Unlearning-
it's acting or, you know, personally, up to you.
Well, I'll tell you, 47, this number has chased me for 13 long years, and everyone near dear to me has known that she's obsessed with this number, because this number used to be seen everywhere. And so I went to a Kabbalistic center once and said, what is this 47? Because that was the only place that had a way to decipher that number. And they said it represents Elohim, which is the tree of life in Kabbalah. And it translates in English to I am.
Yeah.
And so I am was born 13 years ago because of 47. Ironically, 47th year is what it took for me to finally reach that moment of rebirth. It was a moment that actually defined the time to come. And what is left behind is left behind. It gave me Aarya, it gave me Tali, it brought back love in my life. As I finish 47th year, I am actually entering a whole different phase, which you will hear of in 2024. But yeah, it's a rebirth. And I don't know about unlearning, because that I keep doing quite consistently in my life. But I'm learning how to accept myself every step of the way. And it's beautiful. with all its givings and misgivings, life is just beautiful, and I value it immensely, this year more so.
Do you believe that God always tests your strongest babies a little bit more?
Like I often say, he thinks I'm badass. I really think.
She.
When I say he, I'm more on the feminine side. As we began this interview. Yeah.
Oh wow, but I feel you are a badass. But when Aarya can take, you know, betrayal her way,
Yeah.
does Sushmita take betrayal well?
I have learned to. I didn't take it well when I was younger and with more energized cells in the body, ready to react to this betrayal, every word of. Well, I've learned to accept myself and people differently as I've grown older, and I've learned that everyone's at a different state of evolution. You cannot compare how you think and feel with someone else. What may be a betrayal for you may not be a betrayal for them. They haven't reached there yet, and that's fine. But yes, I have learned to choose my tribe more carefully, because the energy I put out is life to me. It's not artificial, it's not man-made, it comes from something so powerful that I do not wish to waste it anymore. But that, I have to say, I have learned late, but I am still learning how to just be more accepting.
If I have to talk about work right now, you've been calling, you know, your second innings, as you rightly so say it. I want to ask you, what nuances have you added in your, let's say, your acting skill or ability in two ways? One, which is staying authentic to the script, and then also adding your own improvisation. How do you strike that balance?
Well, that comes very easy for me in Aarya, because they want you to bring the truth. So they don't spoon feed you and say, do it like this. In fact, that goes against the system of 360. They want you, like all actors, everyone, even the DOPs, to move with the rhythm of a scene. And so magic happens. करते करते scene में glass टूट गया. Glass टूटने में आप cut नहीं बोल सकते. So you are calling Poonam or somebody to come and clean that from the floor, because ये सब script में नहीं होता, ये life में हो रहा है. So this I learned here. In this school I learned how to do that, is to be very present in the moment. And I took it. In fact, I often say this to Tali. And I said, is it okay, sir, if we don't cut the take? Because वो continuity of emotion खत्म हो जाती है. Can we go for it? That flow. उससे डर लगता था as an actor पहले कि कैमरा यहाँ रोल हो रहा है इतने पास, and you're scared because of the proximity of this. It's a very scary process to have 100 on you, like, or 50, very, very close. But here I learned how to forget it, how to be in the moment. It's okay if throughout the scene it was my back to camera. It's not my job to give the facing, it's the job of the camera to catch me. नहीं catch किया तो नहीं चाहिए. You are in the moment. Suddenly, Sushmita, Aarya, they come together. There are things happening as milestones in Aarya's life, which thank God don't exist in Sushmita's life, thank God. But Sushmita's honesty, the person, comes in. And Aarya's milestones come in. And together they perform.
So that's the amalgamation you sort of
That
struck.
amalgamation I've learnt in this school. And it's been I would not call that method acting. It's raw. It's actually awareness and being in the moment. Now if I need to do anything with method, I'll have to go unlearn and learn again. Because I don't know how to do that yet.
Yay! So
19th November.
19th November. Thank you so very much for your time.
You
Thank
are
you
so
very much
lovely,
for
my
your
jam.
time.
As
Lots of love.
always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.